Okay, so good day. My name is Jerome Baragas, and now we will be presenting the p-value in hypothesis test. So, a brief context for this report. In the latter part of this report, there are some examples, but those are not sample problem, but instead a example just to prove or just to explain the concept of p-value in hypothesis test. So, without further ado, let's begin this presentation. So before anything, let's give a brief explanation of what a p-value is. So a p-value is the lowest level of significance which the observed value that is detected significant. It is the smallest level of alpha that would lead to the rejecting the null hypothesis of the given data. So para mas simple, meron tayong significance level. Then 'pag kinuha natin si p-value, dapat si p-value ay mas mababa so that we can reject the null hypothesis. And 'pag na-reject natin si null hypothesis, that is a significant in terms of our data, 'no? So let's proceed. So this is the common values of significance level, 'no? Yung mga common values na ginagamit sa significance level. So we have 10%, 5%, and 1%. Okay. And the comparison of yung critical region. So, yung pag-select kasi natin ng critical region ay depende sa problem. For example, ang problem natin ay one-tailed. So, yung critical region natin is one side lang. And pag two-tailed naman, dalawa siya na symmetrical na critical region. So, depende sa questions yun. Okay. Now, let's proceed for an example. So, ito muna yung traditional method kung paano din malalaman if we will reject or we will fail to reject yung ating na hypothesis. So, for example, a two-tailed test with a significant level of 0.05 and a standard normal distribution for its test statistic, and the critical region is V is greater than 1.96 and V is less than 1.96, where the value 1.96 is found at C is equal to 0.025. Or any D value inside the critical region is significant. So first, i-plot muna natin yung ating significance level that is found in 0.025 area, no? So yan, no, na-divide mo yan. As you can see, ang ating ay 0.05. So pag dinivide 0.025, so as you can see, divided siya symmetrically. So makikita natin dito, this is our critical region. Ito, ating critical region. And sabi, any value na tatalo sa ating critical region ay matuturing natin significant that will result to the reduction the null hypothesis. So, yung 1.96, yan, pag tinignan natin sa T-table, now let's have some example. For example, ang V na nakuha natin is 2.31 and that is 0.0104. Makikita natin that yung ating value na nakuha ay pasok sa ating critical region. So, in terms of V value naman, makikita natin na pasok siya doon sa ating critical value. So, ano conclusion natin? So, conclusion natin that the value of the test statistic is significant. And as a result, we will reject the null hypothesis. So, yan po yung sa traditional method. Now, let's proceed to p-value method. So, for the null hypothesis, the mean is equal to 12 and the alternative hypothesis is that the mean is not equal to 12. Ibig sabihin po nun, pag not equal, yung test po natin is a two-tailed test. So, yan, given si alpha and given po si Z. So, tingnan natin. So, Sabi, the philosophy that the maximum risk of making a type of error should be controlled is the root of the pre-selection of a significance level. And syempre, pag mataas yung significance level na nakuha natin, for example, 10%, tapos ang lumabas lang na p-value natin ay 4%, so sala na yun. Medyo magkasala na yun. Kung tama naman talaga yung assumption natin, tapos mali lang yung significant level natin, so dito na napapasok yung mga type ng mga error, no? So now let's proceed dun sa example kanina. So yung 1.84 natin, ay yun yung, nakuha natin na t-score as in sa t-table. Then yung may formula tayo dun na we will multiply the p na nakuha natin which is 0.0329 sa 2. Then as you can see, ang default note is 0.0658. With our, alpha or the level of significance as 0.05, makikita natin na mas malaki po si p-value kaysa sa ating, alpha. So this is, we can conclude na not significant yung ating test statistic and we will, tend to reject yung null hypothesis. Sabi dito, the risk of committing a type 1 error with one rejects null hypothesis in this case would hardly be considered severe. Bakit? Balikan natin. Kasi makikita natin na medyo malaki naman talaga yung difference. Unlike na kunwari, yung ating level of significance is 0.05. Tapos, yung ating nakuhang p-value ay for example, 0.49 or 0.51. Yun yung mga medyo, yung mga borderline na. Yun yung medyo mas risk na pag nag-conclude tayo ay baka pwedeng mag-result na type 1 or type 2 error. Okay, let's proceed. So this is, to control the risk of committing a type 1 error, so ito yung mga pwedeng gawin. Lower yung alpha. For example, masyado ngang malapit yung ano, babaan natin si alpha. And pag binaba natin si alpha, pwede naman 'tong mag-result sa type 2 error. Medyo careful tayo dun. Pinakamagandang gawin ay yung pangalawa, increase yung sample size. Mas pagka nagdagdag tayo ng data, medyo siguro mag-scatter yung ating, ah, data, sa normal distribution, mas makikita natin yung difference in terms of the values, 'no? So now let's proceed to our last example. So this is example 3. Walang binigay na given dito, kung anong test ito, but there's a given, alpha and z na nakuha. So dito naman ipinapakita yung, magkaroon ng significant, 'no, in terms of the p-value method. So again, we will find, pagtapa natin yung V, hanapin natin yung area niya, then we will multiply it by 2. So we have 0.0030 times 2. So we have a P of 0.0060. As you can see, with our alpha at 0.05, so yung atin pong, ah, nakuhang p-value ay mas mababa sa ating alpha, which means na significant po ang ating test statistic that will reject that will result to the rejection of the null hypothesis. So this experiment is very rare since the experiment will only appear 60 times in every 10,000 experiment. So that is the p-value method. Uh, P-value method in statistics. So I will be passing this to the next center. Thank you.